worry about your own game. I'm only there to keep you busy.
Oh, those are the immortal words of Herb Brooks, portrayed by Kurt Russell in the movie Miracle. I'm only bringing this up because I was incognito at Giant Training Camp the last couple of days. It doesn't even matter incognito. People don't recognize me anyway. Certain people do, and it's fun because you get to talk to people that you normally see on the live stream. So that's always fun. So I did get to meet a couple people. I was very excited to see that. You get to put a face to the name you see on the screen. But I want to talk about everyone's favorite topic, and that's going to be Daniel Basketball Jones. What's funny? People are living and dying on the on every play and every pass. And I was watching this at training camp from Daniel Jones. And I laugh because it's funny and it's silly that they're doing this because it just is what it is. I mean, Daniel Jones is going to be what he's going to be. He's going to play the way he's going to play. We're going into year 6, so there's really not, I think, a lot of surprises that are going to be coming along in reference to how he's going to play. But to hang on every single pass, to hang on every single play, and have it almost being a life and death experience is really kind of scary and sad that this is what we have become as a fan base. That we literally are sitting there going, okay, Daniel Jones had a good pass. Okay, Daniel Jones had a bad pass. Okay, Daniel Jones was 5 for 10. Okay, Daniel Jones was 6 for 8 and 11-on-11 drills. Now Daniel Jones missed this guy. This guy, it's training camp, guys. How many times did we see it before? Look at that ball placement by Daniel Jones. It's so freaking awesome. It was last year, and it didn't translate into anything. And then I saw a former quarterback, Chase Daniels, come out on a podcast and say he thinks that maybe Daniel Jones has bulked up too much. That he's gained too much upper body strength, that he's trying to do too much in reference to making himself seem like he's ready for this season, that he has that ability, that he's ready to do everything that he needs to do, and he may have put on too much weight. And I laugh because for 3 straight seasons, I have to hear about how Daniel Jones has bulked up and how Daniel Jones has got himself ready for football by getting himself in shape. And his body is now protected because his forearms are bigger, his legs are bigger, and it's going to make it. And I love it because we did the whole video with him with Hulk hands. We did all these types of videos with Daniel Jones. And I laugh because of the fact that it really doesn't matter. It's going to be his ability to process the play. It's going to be his ability to find the open wide receiver. It's going to be the ability to step up into the pocket. It's going to be his ability to have pocket awareness. He's going to need to have pocket fluidity. He's going to have pocket mobility. Those are the things that are going to matter. Not that he gained 20 pounds or he gained 10 pounds. That's not going to matter. In the scheme of things, that doesn't matter at all. In the grand scheme of things, what's going to matter is his ability to diagnose a play, find the open wide receiver, and score points. That's going to be what we need to look at with Daniel Jones. Plain and simple, period. Nothing else. And I don't understand people that keep going through this process that we're going to do this, he's going to do this because he's going to be better than this. No, that's all he has to do. And you living and dying on every single snap, on every single play for Daniel Jones is in my mind is lunacy. And you sit there and you go, well, did you see how he hit Darius Slayton on that play? Or did you see how he missed Neighbors wide open? Or did you see how he connected with Neighbors on that? Guys, it's literally freaking training camp. Just relax. It's called practice. We're talking about practice. And that's the best part. It's called practice, guys. And it's practice for a reason. And I think a lot of people need to understand that more than anything else because that's what it's about. You are learning how to be better. And Daniel Jones, and people are like, oh my God, Tim is defending Daniel Jones. I'm not defending Daniel Jones, but I'm telling you this. You are learning to be better. You are learning to be a better player. You are learning to understand this game more. That's what this training camp is about. That's what all training camps about. That's what summer practices are about. That's what spring football is about. And I'm talking more about college and high school and stuff, but that's what all that is about. The ability to get better. And you have to hope that that's what you're doing with Daniel Jones. So if he's making these mistakes, they always say it like in spring training with baseball. You never want to leave all your hits in spring training, and you want to get out of the oops. You want to get all the oopses and errors out of the way before the start of the season. Problem was with the Mets, they didn't get the oopses and errors out of the way until the middle of the season. Now we're still only 10 games behind the Phillies, but we're not going to get here nor there with the Mets because the starting pitching alone is giving me angst and agita. But at the end of the day, you can't sit there and be so overly concerned about everything with Daniel Jones. You got to give Neighbors a break, guys. Can we just give Neighbors a break? Every play for him is you're hanging on the balance of it. And I love it because I keep seeing people, well, he just made that cornerback look silly. Did you see? And I love what person's like, I know it's not pads. I know they're not playing in pads or anything or hitting or anything, but did you see how silly he made that guy look? And like I said, I go back to Lou Brown in Major League 2. Rube Baker sees Willie Mays Hayes hitting home runs in spring training. And Rube goes, wow, Willie's really got some power. And Lou looks at him and goes, yeah, enough a guy that's going to be bagging groceries next month. Because our corners aren't that great, guys. I'm not taking away anything from Daniel. I'm not taking away anything from Neighbors. I'm not taking anything away from anything that he's doing. But I am going to say this. Our corners are not good. Outside of Deontay Banks, we have a massive problem at that position. And for all the people that are still like, we need to sign this guy. You're not signing anyone, guys. You don't have the money. You are negative 20, between 21 and 25 million when the rule of 51 breaks, when camp is over. And Joe Shane also likes to have his $10 million in operational cap space. So you could be almost $33 million over the cap the moment that camp breaks after that final preseason game. I don't know if Daniel Jones is the quarterback of the future. I don't know if Daniel Jones is Daniel Jones is going to be here next year. He's going to be here next year no matter what. Just leave it. He's going to be here. Why? Because I'm going to tell you this now, kiddies, and I'm going to keep telling you over and over again that Daniel Jones' contract is going to be restructured. It has to be. The Andrew Thomas contract has to be restructured. The Daniel Jones contract has to be restructured. There's another contract they're probably going to still have to redo just to get under the cap. So that money, that 20 plus million that you see in 2025, that guaranteed money that everyone's like, well, it's not that bad of a number. That number is probably going to be about 35, 40. Because you have to move that contract just, or renegotiate that contract just to get under the cap, so you can have money to turn around and either find a corner. Because Joe is not going to. Joe is, if he is smart, and I do have my doubts how smart Joe is. If you are smart, you are going to wait till that final day when those cut downs happen, and someone's going to get rid of a quality corner, a young quality corner, and you are going to have to strike, Joe. You are going to have to strike. You are going to have to go after and get that guy that you need. He's going to have to come up. He is going to have to come up to speed quickly, because that's what you're going to have to do. But you need to be smart about this. We need to be smarter as a fan base. And I know a lot of this is driven by social media and content creators, because what else are they going to fucking talk about? Because a lot of times they don't have the ability to create their own content or formulate their own thought or their own opinions. So they're going to have to go with the lowest hanging fruit. And that's living and dying on everything that Daniel Jones does. I've said this in videos before recently. I kind of feel bad for Daniel Jones. And I feel bad for him in the respect that, not that he stole hundreds of millions of dollars from us without using a gun, not for the fact that he's been horrid basically for 5 years and he has one average season and people think he's the Messiah. People think that he is Willie Beeman and combined with Joe Namath. But he's not. And I feel bad for him because of the fact that he is not. Daniel Jones isn't the one putting this out there that he is this Messiah. He's just. I got to give him credit. He just comes in and does his job, and that's what you want your quarterback to do. You want your quarterback to come in and do their job, and that's what Daniel Jones does. He goes about his work. He does his business. It's not his fault that we gave him the money and he's just not good. And I've said it before. If I was terrible at my job and someone offered me $160 million to suck,
that's what she said.
I would take the money. I've never faulted an athlete for taking money. I've never faulted that because of the fact that this is their job, this is their career, and their careers only last about 3.5 seasons on average. But we gotta stop. For your own mental sanity, you need to stop. I mean, you really do. And it'll make your mind more at ease if you don't live and die on everything, on every play during training camp. And maybe that's all you have. Maybe I should be less astute about this and obtuse about it, I should say. And just say, maybe that's all you have. But you got to remember this. It's not even the first preseason game. First preseason game is right around the corner, but it's on August 8th. But it's not even a preseason game yet, guys. Let's get to the preseason. Let's hope they get smart enough to play Daniel Jones in the preseason so you can, get the rust off. Let's hope, because he's been officially cleared for practice. He has no limitations. So let's see. This is what's going to happen. And people are going to say, you shouldn't put that out there, Tim, but this is what's going to happen. Daniel Jones came back from his ACL within 8 months. So what's going to happen is he's probably going to re-injure it in like week 2, and then the fan base is going to be like, well, you see that? He came back. Everyone that's praising him now for coming back is probably going to be like, see that? He came back too early. Oh, it just makes your fucking head hurt, doesn't it? Doesn't it? But you know what? We're going to have a lot of fun this season, so make sure you stay tuned because, as always,
welcome to another edition of Thunderdome!
Thank you, Annie, because this is the Thunderdome. This is Tim, New York Giants Trade Talk, powered by Online Big Blue LLC. Don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to ring that bell because you want to know why. That'd be awesome.